Welcome, Construction Sport Podcast. We've got our dear friend, Stuart Wallis. It's Wallis, isn't it?
Yes.
Stu, how are you? All well? And your title, Karen, so you work at MACE now.
I do.
You've been at MACE for a while.
Yeah,
What is
6
your
years.
job title?
I am Associate Director for Industrial Relations.
Oh,
Most people haven't got a clue what industrial relations is. Some of my critics might say that includes me. Right, but someone said to me, you're basically a politician, Stu, at work.
Yeah.
Right, and that's probably not with a small p.
Yeah.
Right, not too bad a description. It's putting the glue together, making sure each side comes out treated fairly.
Yeah.
And it's predominantly looking after the workforce.
Yeah.
Of our supply chain.
Yeah.
But it can involve making sure contractors are behaving themselves.
Yeah.
Or if they're not, making sure they're behaving themselves.
It's a good industry
right?
to keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
It's a worthwhile job role.
And the difficulty in my job is most of what you do, if you're a good IR person, no one knows you exist.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but that's really hard when someone counts the beans and goes, what does he do?
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know. I never see him do anything, right? Because you're a politician in the background, right?
Yeah.
I fix stuff. I fix problems. But I've got a conscience, right, which you need to have. So a big part of my job is doing that, right? It's good phoning up a contractor going, you might have done this thing wrong. Or
Fighting fires when they appear.
Yeah. Or before.
Yeah, before preventative measures.
100%. And I think I'm an ADHD, so we might go off on tangents.
You're on the right podcast.
Yeah, we're on the right place. Right, I know for sure. But I can see a problem, and my immediate response in my head is, "What's the worst that can happen here?"
Yeah.
We haven't even started. The problem hasn't started. No one realizes. I'm like, right, okay, could end up in court here. Right, work back. How do we stop this? Right, and it could be holiday pay. For years, the issues of holiday pay and the arguments about holiday pay, whether overtime counted and all that stuff. Yeah. It does. That's the law now, by the way.
Yeah.
Right, but going to a contractor and you ain't paying holiday pay correctly. Oh, I think I am. Look, I'm not. It wasn't a question. Right.
We're watching you.
Right. Sort it.
Yep.
Nicely, or I'll come back in writing, or properly. And you have it. Because what I can't afford is that to be our fault.
Yep.
Right? Because we knew and we didn't do anything about it. Because then you've got, trade unions or you. Yeah. Right? Going, ain't doing this.
Down the neck. Just watch, they will trip up in a minute and we'll have it.
And it's just, that's my job really, it's risk management.
Yeah.
Of all sorts of things. That can be the canteen. Yeah. It can be wages. It can be safety. It can be welfare and well-being. And I love doing things that help people be better.
Yep.
And treated fairly. So, like I said, a lot of my work's done in the shadows is the wrong phrase, but in the background. Mm-hmm. And I don't mind other people getting praise for my work because it's on them then if it goes wrong. But you need to find a way to elevate what you can do, what you can say. So in the influence, like you did the HS2 walk. Yeah. Right. And I'm
still hurting.
Still hurting from that. And
3 years ago now.
It is,
well.
yeah.
Madness. Yeah,
and we had a few pints of Guinness after that
was great,
didn't we? Yeah.
I remember just having to stop on the M25 on the way home because everyone needed to get a loo.
Obviously, no one driving with the Guinness.
No, it wasn't. You drove on the way back, did you?
I think you did.
Yeah. Because Craig ended up having a few drinks, didn't he? Yeah. The driver's side having a few drinks.
But I saw you were doing that on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And I didn't know before then. Yeah. Right. And there was something in there saying, we're going to end at Euston with Skanska. And it ain't being funny. They ain't the end.
It technically wasn't, was it?
It was the tunnel. Yeah. So I said to Paul Layton, my boss, bollocks to this. We're the end. Yeah. There's a station at the end we're building, hopefully.
Yeah.
Like, can't get
Yeah,
into
because
that.
this is stuff I didn't know just from going online, that there was you guys at the end.
Yeah.
And yeah, even scans, you don't see anything much about it because everything's on the wraps, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
Ah.
but we found you and you found us.
Yeah. So I messaged you on LinkedIn. Amazed you picked it up, but I was just like,
Yeah.
now I've put my head above the parapet with the bosses. They'll be like, well, what's happening then?
Mm-hmm.
And then it was getting a little bit later that you were arriving. Fair dues, so I can't criticise you. You walked from Birmingham, you know what I mean? And I'm like, right, you're not going home. You're not going home. You got IVs. Never worn IVs. We'll get you some. Like, because I wanted a welcome party for you. We had
Yeah.
big gates.
Yeah.
And it looked great at night, to be fair.
Yeah.
So we were waiting at the gate, and you were like, "Oh, can't get in over the road." I was like, "Go on." It's like, so they're like proper rivalry, friendly rivalry
Yeah.
over the road.
Score one here.
Yeah. So I was like, "Oh, they're coming here, no problem.
Yeah.
Open these gates. They don't need visitors' passes. It's fine. Just let them in." You know, and
We ain't running anywhere.
even I can catch it, and I am not fast. Right. So
Of course, the Bon Appetit girls are there as well, though. Yeah.
yeah, of course, yeah. You did speed up when they were in front of you, and I was like, you work on here. I need to talk to you about this place.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, it was amazing. So
Yeah.
that's when we first met.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like, that is a wonderful thing you're doing. I love that welfare and promoting how we can make life better for construction workers.
Yeah.
Because it can be, it is hard work, but it can be so rewarding as well.
Yeah.
Right. But it is bloody hard work and it's dangerous. You know, more people die in our industry than probably most, if not all, by whatever means, whether that is at work or the horrific figures on suicide.
Yeah.
I watched a clip of yours, and I used to be part of the, 2 a day die thing, right? And I watched that, and I think it was Andy got, it's not the right figure. I was like, do you know what then? It's just too many per day.
It's far too many,
Forget it. I don't get angry with other people's viewpoints. Like, if you're trying to do something good for mental health or suicide prevention, that's good.
Yeah, take the goodness out of it.
Yeah, we can all criticise different ways and means of doing it, but
We've done the same here now. We don't go based on these statistics. We literally saying that too many. And I said, why don't you go with them in? Because I can show you 10 articles that all say something different, and they're all from different bodies, and they're all based on different people who have been surveyed. So, just too many.
Too many hurt or injured.
Yeah.
And what you were doing that day spoke out to me, but also there was a bit of me wanted to go, well, no, you need to come to the end. We're the end. Right? And I want you to finish it properly.
Yep.
So we did. In the
But we're a little bit gutted because at one stage I thought we had to finish Old Oak Common. I thought that's quite handy because it's too short.
No, so you come in there and I was like, that's great. So that's the sort of stuff I like to shout about that we can do.
Yeah.
That I get involved in, passionate about. I've done the Lions Barber Collective. That was amazing.
Yeah, that was. I just want to touch on that because that was the guy. He used to come in, didn't he, and cut people's hair to open up the conversation. And the one that stands out for me massively is you're saving that person, whether they've got family or not, or whatever the situation is, 2 hours of their home life at the weekend.
Yeah.
But they can have more time with their family or friends. Because I know a haircut doesn't last 2 hours, but if you go to a barber's on a Saturday, if you go, I don't go to barbers on Saturdays purposely, but it takes forever and you lose half your days by just literally queuing up and that. So by doing it in work, being able to do it in work time, it's
incredible.
There's a lot more wins to that than there is, isn't it? Yeah. So
I mean, that Tom, apart from now being beautiful, going body beautiful and all that stuff, but he was touched by a suicide in his life, right? And he wanted to do something about it. And he said, right, well, people come to me and they open up in the chair, poor man's counsellor.
Yep.
So let's get a little bit of training in place so they can deal with it, right? And he grew that and started doing more and more events. He became a TED talker and, about how people in the chair talk to him. And he's like, well, we could do this as a pop-up. So he started doing it in all sorts of workplaces. Construction became a big thing for him. He got onto a MACE project. I saw it and I was like, you're coming to us.
Yeah.
Right? Again, at Euston, we have 5 barbers in 4 chairs. A bit of blaring music up. Free haircuts with a mental health conversation. Because how macho we all are, right?
Yeah.
If anyone goes, come and have a free mental health conversation, I ain't going in there. right? But actually,
Save yourself a tenner.
Save yourself a tenner.
15 quid there, 20 quid there, yeah.
It's cheap where you're going.
I can't tell you what barbers it is. I told you if I get cancelled.
Yeah, let's not do that one. My brother's a barber as well. He hates that, all of that stuff. But it was amazing. So the stats on it. Tom did a documentary called The £1.7 million Haircut, and the research.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Right, about 8-9 years ago, was each suicide cost the economy £1.7 million.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, and it always feels crass to put money on it, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
right?
no, massively, yeah. But that's the way the powers that be in the industry operate on figures, don't they?
Yeah.
That is what...
So you're like, well, government, here, your skin.
Yeah.
Right, let's reduce suicides, save 1.7 million. If it costs you $500,000 to solve something, you're 1.2 million quid in per person, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's a bit daft, but the maths work. So he did this, and part of that was when you're in a barber's chair or when you're touched,
Yeah.
right, physically touched. Hear me out.
Where's this going?
We won't do a live demo.
There's the clip at the start.
I know, yeah.
Stuart, when you're touched.
Maced, no. Right. When you're touched, it releases endorphins that make you feel more relaxed.
Yep.
Right? So it sounds like it's getting worse, this. The only place you can do that without getting in trouble is in the haircut. Right?
Yeah.
Right? Or, shoulder massage, all that stuff that you can get specialists in. But in this particular case, having barbers in, and you're right, no one gets the time at the weekend. And there were 2 stories that day that really struck with me. And I'm not a crier unless I'm watching DIY SOS or something, right? But I was close to tears on the second one. First one was a construction manager. He was, he's into his MMA, all that stuff. And I ain't going in there. Only women touch my hair and all this. 5 times he came in. In the end, Tom was like, either come in or cough, right?
Yeah.
But because you're winding everyone up.
Yeah.
And he was a manager. Anyway, on that go, he said, okay, I'll sit down. And because Tom told him, I'm a really good hairdresser, actually, not just a barber.
Yeah.
And he just spilled his guts out about how he was bad in his first marriage, wants to be great in his second marriage, be a great dad. And I was shit as dad before, and I wanted to do great in my career. And he come out, it was like, I don't know what all the fuss is about. I was like, I just listen to you do all that and get all that off your chest.
It's so easy to tell that person that when he comes in, backs up. You're like, oh, here we go. Here's one.
Yeah. He's come back again.
Yeah.
And then there was another guy who was a crane driver.
Up the cranes. We're having a good crane week this week.
Good crane
got
week.
Wolf crane shirt on.
I saw that. And he come. I ain't got time for a haircut, boss. No, tight afro with a textured hair specialist.
Yeah.
I had to learn the phrase. And he goes, mate, I ain't had time to comb my afro out, and I ain't got time for this. Like, half an hour's not enough. So sit down. I'll speak to him. He said, well, I ain't got afro comb. Just shut up, sit down, it's fine. Well, I ain't going to get paid. You are. I'm the client, right? You're getting paid, it's fine. Have you got yeah, I was listening, Stu, there you go. Right, sit there, comb it out till you're ready, and he'll cut your hair for you. Oh, what about, I was like, what about what?
Yeah.
Who's going to complain? I'm telling you how to have your hair cut.
You're sacked if you don't.
Yeah. Shut up, sit down, or do one, right? About an hour later, right, I'm outside, I'm seeing people come in, and now I'm feeling the love from people going, Stu, thanks so much for doing this, right? Guy comes out, and he was less than warm to me at the beginning of it, because I was telling him, just shut up and get on with it.
Yeah.
And then when he came out, he was like, big smile on his face.
Yeah.
From a deadpan face, big smile, come over, give me a hug. He was like, mate, I work 6 days a week. It might be a half day on a Saturday. By the time I get home, it's another day.
Yep.
Right, day's gone. Can't get your haircut on a Sunday. I have to spend time with family and kids. I have to do my washing. I can't afford to take time off to go for a haircut. And the stress and the pressure and all this is coming out. I was like, right, okay. No problem, mate.
Yeah.
And we need to do more of this stuff. And he's like, well, can you come every week? I was like, well, it's quite expensive to do every week.
Kids.
Yeah. Can we come? Could you do it on a Saturday and we bring on my mates, But it was just that feeling of we'd done something really good.
Yeah.
And now,
Quite simply as well.
yeah, cost a few grand, but you get. I've had critics to me say, "Why are you such a fan? It's a really expensive haircut." You're like, you're not paying for the haircut.
Yeah.
You're paying for awareness. You're paying for people to actually have a conversation.
Yeah.
Right, because
especially when you put in the terminology of how many millions of pounds it's potentially saved.
Yeah. If you have one person die from suicide on your project, the morale of the business or that project on its own is just going to plummet, right? For a few weeks, probably.
Yeah.
Because everyone's going to know them, or from any sort of sad news, and and that particular project's had its fair share of bad news, and you're like, well, you're giving something back, doing a little bit more. People will appreciate it. People will appreciate being appreciated.
Yeah, and I remember the job. It was a good job. We'll look back at it. We had one.
Still going.
I was on a job when we first started putting this together, actually, and I didn't know, but the director of the project came and spoke at an event for us about what we'd done at the start, and he said he got behind it because he said what many people didn't realise, that as successful as the job was, and it was a big project for Thames Water, he said, I will never think of anything else apart from someone didn't make it through, and there was a Moxie driver who didn't come to work on the Monday because he took his own life at the weekend, and no one really knew. Everyone knew about it had happened, but kind of, in a way, just as many of these jobs, it kind of got forgotten about in the most respectful way because it was a few years long. But the director carried that with him the whole way through, and he never gave like that until he spoke on this day, and he broke down with it. He was like, I will always look back on that project and know that one person didn't make it through. And I thought,
it's hard for. So I'm an ex-trade union man, right? Years ago. And
this is interesting. I've mentioned it online. I really haven't. And a couple of guys who I didn't.
I screenshotted it and sent it to the union. I was like, this is how well you're doing.
Yeah.
Right. To be fair, there's a couple of officials in London who are brilliant. But there's only 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
That's the state at the time.
Yeah.
They're full-time officials. So go back to when I started as a trade union man, right? It's because I used to get a shift off. I had to do my job. So I quite fancied it and still got paid. But I really like working with people and helping people. And that's been my career. That's been the success of my career. But I always had the view of, the nasty boss or, the employer don't care. The director's like, there's something else, not human.
Yeah.
And I think society kind of gives that view, the evil boss.
Yeah.
It's not the case. Mm-hmm. It might be, right? In some places, it ain't where I've worked. And I don't think I would work for a company where I didn't feel there was empathy at the right levels. And you've got to have that. I'm really lucky. Listen, I'm a North Wales boy, right? From working class family and background. Yeah.
Whereabouts in North Wales?
Near Wrexham or Chester, whichever way, in the middle, small town called Buckley.
You can claim as a Wrexham fan now. Now the glory's coming.
I was there when Wrexham got promoted and Gary Bennett scored the goal, and I come over the top of the Kop, and it was about, I don't know how I got over this fence, right? It was a massive fence, but we got over onto the pitch with my Uncle Paul and my granddad. He was a Brentford bloke, my granddad, right?
Yeah.
We're from everywhere, and he was just called Wrexham. Right? He used to take the piss out of Wrexham. There's a loose connection. I'm an Everton fan, really. I love football.
Jack Grealish,
great slider.
Yeah.
But ready for when anyone notices this and me saying I'm an Everton fan. I do have season tickets at Brighton because my daughter's a season ticket holder, right?
Yeah.
And I like going there, and 6 miles to there or 300 miles.
They've been a great few years, really, didn't they, Brighton?
They've done well,
Yeah.
Anyway. There we go. Off piece again.
Where in North Wales did we go to? Pennygroes.
Pennygroes. Yeah. So that is
next stop is Ireland.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Lovely North Wales.
Yeah.
I always say South Wales got the work and the money.
Yeah.
North Wales got the beauty.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
And the money's migrating up there now. It's a massive tourist place, North Wales. You've got that wave.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yes, yeah. And the zip wire. Yeah, through the slate. The slate.
It is the old slate comes out there. Quarry.
Yeah. The boys went up there the other week, didn't you? Went up there to Snowdon. Did you go to Snowdon? Next week. Go next week.
It is. I did it on the train, much easier. Yeah, so I was working in manufacturing, got involved in that, became a shop steward.
I do, yeah.
Making video recorders. I asked my kids the other day what this is, an old VHS tape. They're like, what did you do with that?
Yeah.
Like,
Vintage.
I used to make thousands a day.
Did you? Yeah.
I used to have a job. It was like 9 seconds. Next, off we go.
About, really, yeah.
I got 2 GCSEs.
Yeah. That's one more than me.
Yeah,
Topper.
German and French. They're of no use whatsoever. And then my only other qualification, I went on to do a master's from that.
Yeah.
No education in between.
Oh, wow. What did you master's in?
Personnel and development, but employment law, really.
Oh, really?
That's my
cool.
passion.
Yeah.
Right, so I picked that up doing the union stuff. Then I went from making videos to cars, Vauxhalls in Ellesmere Port, building Astras.
I worked for Vauxhall 10 years ago. Found car salesman down this way. Yeah. I used to go to Luton quite a bit.
We built them. You sold them. Yeah.
Yeah, tried
Don't
to.
sell a Friday one. Yeah.
Yeah, I went up to Luton quite a few times to these like sales courses with them and that, but it wasn't for me. I'd done 10 months of it, but yeah, it was quite interesting. Yeah, I learned a lot about personal speaking to people, that's for sure. Especially when people would think you're a complete prick straight away. But there's a running trend
Car
there.
salesman, estate agent, recruitment consultant, all the same. Well, very tight levels there between the two.
Ellesmere Port, yeah.
Yeah, so Ellesmere Port was there, surrounded by Scousers, which was amazing. I'm not, right? You know, people go, "Stu's a Scouser," put me next to a Scouser. I'm not. I have nowhere near. Maybe after a week up there. So I was at Vauxhall's doing that, got involved with the union again.
Yeah.
And then I was coming up to about 20 years old and they were changing shift patterns. They went to continental shifts, but I didn't fancy the sombrero. So I moved down south to work for the union. Yeah. So I'd take any job, to be honest. I just fancy getting involved with it. So I was an administrator, really.
Yeah.
Moved all the way. We had 200 quid in my pocket.
Because unions were a big thing back then as well, especially, I suppose,
98, something like that. They're a little... So it was the AWU then, which is now part of Unite.
Okay.
But I think they had 750,000 members. And they've amalgamated like with loads of other unions. And there's still about 1 million. So the decline's there and they just keep topping up by amalgamating.
Yep.
Anyway, moved down, got involved with the union stuff, but learned from great people. There were plenty of people in there that would say, oh, bosses are arseholes, right? Owners are arseholes. They don't care about anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And then there were other people. There was a great guy who became my boss, Paul Corby. He's retired now. He was he's the most extravagant dresser, right? Bow tie for dinner every night and that.
Yeah.
But he always thought, like, get on with the employers, work with the employers, because actually, if you can help them have a productive workforce that's happy, ta-da, your job's better, safer, and you'll get, everyone's got to win from this. Yeah. No one can lose. Otherwise, if you get to that point, what's the point?
Yeah,
right. Someone's going away. If it's the employer that loses, they're going to regret it and go, I ain't doing this again. Yeah, I'll sub it.
Yeah,
or whatever, you know. Yeah. So that was my mentality, really. And therefore, from there on in, I only wanted to work for people that had somewhere similar to my views of, look, everyone's got to win out of this. And then you'll win most. Yeah. When I was in recruitment and like the owner of the business say, they're earning too much commission. Well, that means because you're earning a lot of money off them then. Yeah. So pay them. Yeah.
Everyone's a winner.
The more you're paying your consultants, the more money they're making for you.
Yeah.
Right? But that's too much. You're earning too much money. Why? Right,
it's quite a British thing, isn't it? They don't want to see anyone doing too well. We're talking about
isn't it horrible?
Yeah, it is. And there's the thing someone said to us the other day, and we're branching out to Australia and America now because of it. They're saying about the crowdfunding side of it. In talking to Mark Anthony, come on last week, and he was saying people crowdfunding, you don't know what's going on, and you look at where it's come from. And these Americans, Australians, like, oh, these guys that they're doing well, let's help them. We don't want any press for it. We just want to help them. Or over here, it's just like, how can we take them down? Yeah. So it's such a different vibe. Like, we're probably not preachers of it all, but it's just like, if we could just all realise we're all trying to do good stuff, especially in a brilliant industry as well. We always say that as well. The criticism we kind of always shout about in the industry, but it's from a good place. The industry is incredible.
You've got to be able to take criticism. I've got better at it.
Yeah.
Right? You know, and sometimes I take it as a compliment when people go, how did he get that job?
Yeah.
I've heard that from, how did Stu get that job at MACE? Well, because I'm good at what I do. And I've worked bloody hard, right? It took me a long time to get there. I didn't go to uni for it. Well, I did, but not for that job.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have done that course, to be honest, if I was going to choose again. But you learn from the criticisms. So, you know, whether it's CSCS cards, you know, am I a fan? Am I not? What's the better offering?
Well, that's it. There's no plan B, is there? Yeah.
If someone comes to me, I have a different view to some of my colleagues, right? Someone comes to site and goes, here's all my qualifications. You can go and check them if you want. Right? Okay, it's a ball ache when you've got 300 people coming onto the job.
Yeah.
But we could check them and go, that's all real. Why does it need to be on a plastic card as well?
Yeah.
Right? It's the time of doing that.
Yeah.
There's an issue. What I want to know is, if you've got a card, is it real? If it's not real, you ain't coming on here, pal.
And that's what we're seeing more and more of Instagram pop-up cards. What colour do you want, Steve?
I do.
Got rainbow cards.
You must get the same bloody requests. And I think it's hilarious that they send me a friend request on Facebook. We can get you cards and driving licences. I was like, well, clearly you haven't looked through my profile. Right? So I'm straight onto all the industry bodies going, you seen this? There's another one. And they come back and go, it pops up all the time. Can't do anything about it. You're like, no, we will then.
We said this, talking about this week, why isn't there a different machinery? Instead of just having a card and a qualification, you actually have like a licence. You know, just like you have a driving licence.
Yeah.
In terms of, there's just one thing. You have a licence to drive it. You've got to have a licence to drive a Ford Fiesta, but you don't need a licence to drive a crane. You just have a ticket.
You don't need a driving licence for a crane.
But there's some kind of central body that stores it like that. So a proper.
Interestingly, in Scotland, licence to practice for electricians.
Is it? Yeah. We had a little trip up there a couple of years ago, year and a half ago, and even in the colleges and how the colleges are working around CITB, they don't use CITB, and because of that, everybody in the colleges had apprenticeships all set up properly with the companies, and there wasn't one person in the college who didn't have a company to fall back on. Like, everyone was in there because the company sent them. Whereas I've come away from working in the colleges or going in there because I've wasted my own time, because I know that 80-90% of the people in that college aren't going to be in construction in a year's time, because the teacher said to me, they went, 40% of this class will finish on year one. They won't get through to next year, and after the second year, we'll only retain about 20 or 30%, and we end up with this amount. And the guys who are in there, they wasn't in there because they had apprentices in place. They were there because the continued development or the learning. They've got
to go to school till you're 18, basically. So
they had no interest in fucking about. And then a couple of them, I said, what are you doing? You were here Monday and Tuesday. What are you doing Wednesday to Thursday and Friday? Nothing really. I've got a job in a pub for one night a week, or I'm working in Primark down the road at Stratford. And there was no like, and I was like, and I said to the college, why don't we get these guys a CSCS card and get them labouring, doing anything, and they'll find their way. And even when they fall out, if they do fall out of college, I didn't go through the college side, but if they fall out of that, then they can find a job. They know they've got a ticket to get themselves on a site, so they can find their way. I went through all different trades before I mastered groundworks.
I was just trying to compute an insult to a groundworker, and I was like, no, you're already in, Stu. I mean, listen, I would...
Groundworking technician.
Groundworking technician. Oh, God. The issue with that, right, with the education side of it, is we don't start telling kids early enough what a great career construction is.
No.
Right? And there are critics of Bob the Builder, right? But it's the only resource in it until you get
massively.
to choosing your GCSEs. It's the only thing because schools don't want to know us, right?
Yeah.
So I live in the countryside down near Plumpton, in Plumpton, near the racecourse. Lovely part of the world. Farming community or commuters. That's it.
Yeah.
Right. And there's a good school where both my kids went. My son's still there. So I go into the school and I said, "Hi, I work for MACE, one of the biggest construction companies there is in the UK.
Yep.
I'd love to come in and do a careers bit with you because it's a rewarding, it's an amazing career."
Yeah.
And my passion for that goes to the other end. Right, when I was back working for the union, we went to Dungeness Power Station, took some school kids to it. It was a shutdown. And we took these kids all around and into the power station. I was thinking it was all right.
Yeah.
I'm like Homer Simpson, me, when it comes to it. Right. So we take all the kids around, show them. I think they've all got 3 years now. Take them back. That's fine. Put them back on the bus. And the teacher said, "Now listen, kids, if you don't pass your exams, you're going to end up working somewhere like this." And I'm like, "You prick."
Yeah.
Right? We put all this on for you for today. We've organised it. You've spoken to all the construction workers, who, by the way, all earn more money than a teacher.
Yeah.
They might not get the same amount of 6 months off or whatever it is that they have here as a teacher.
That'll be full time.
It'll be full time, yeah. But I was like, I'll come in and help. I want to talk about careers in construction because it is not just bloke with shovel will work, right? It is.
Yeah. Talk about me.
Yeah, you. It's not just Steve Kerslake, right? But it is. There's clever people as well. No, I don't mean that. Right?
That's true.
But no, you look at. I'm so fortunate in my career in construction, and my career really is from 20 years to now, 47. I think, 48 in a couple of months. And first job I went on was Terminal 5 Heathrow.
Yeah, that's some start.
It's just coming out of the ground then. Now we're going to build it again, basically, every year. It's like a big fourth bridge. So I'm on there doing that. And then we were doing, I've got to tell you this story. We went on to look at the Millennium Wheel, the Eye, as it's called. This is my first experience in
I've got a story about that.
Construction.
Your one, yeah.
Right. I only found out when MACE celebrated the anniversary of it.
Yeah.
There was a MACE job.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So I'm on the job watching the local union official. I'm 21, I think, at this point, 21-ish.
Yeah.
And I was a bit of a bagman, but I was getting an education in representing workers. And the guys who were putting it straight, so it's up to you.
Yeah.
Want a bonus to put it straight. And we're like, you're having a laugh, aren't you?
To do your job.
Yeah. And we said, we can't ask for that. Well, we ain't doing it, so you can. So my lead official, Frank, said, "You ain't getting a bonus. That's it, right? I'll ask, but you ain't getting one." Well, we want £1,000 each. Jog on, right? So he goes, "Might get you a couple of quid, boys, right? It'll be all right." Let's go into the contractor, which wasn't the main contractor, which was MACE, right? That's why I didn't know, because it's not where we went. Lads want a bonus to put it straight. They're like, "Jog on.
Yeah.
Not happening." Well, it ain't going straight then.
Yeah.
Oh, what do they want? You want £2,000. A man. He just told them to get 100 quid each. Right? So I think they ended up with 500-600 quid each.
Yeah.
Like, so you really manage. It was about managing their expectations. So that's where the politician part comes to it.
Yeah.
What do you want? What do they want? What's reasonable
Find
in the middle?
ground.
Yeah. Find a middle ground. So he goes back to the employer. "Oh, well, listen, I've got the lads here to accept 500-600 quid for you. I can probably sell that if that's what you can afford." "Well, listen, the delays are going to cost us that, so that's fine." You go and see the lads. "Listen, I know I said 200 quid, but I've got you 600. "Oh, mate, you're amazing."
Yeah.
Right? So everyone's happy. It's win-win.
Yep.
No, probably shouldn't have started. Probably shouldn't have asked for a bonus. You're getting paid every day to put a wheel up.
Don't ask, don't get.
No, I mean, you go to Burgess Hill Common, they put a Ferris wheel up once or twice a year, in no time whatsoever.
Yeah.
But doing that sort of stuff really helped shape my career.
On that one, on the wheel, I interrupt you, but the BA, British Airways, sponsored it, didn't they?
They did.
And there was a delay in getting it up. Richard Branson, I read, I'm not sure how true this is, but he flew a plane across London
I think he did.
with the sign on the back saying BA can't get it up. And then that's his
I'm just glad he never said MACE can't get it up.
yeah, that was his middle finger to him, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure I read it. His book or it was online.
I think it was in his book. I think I knew that story, actually.
Yeah.
They say I've forgotten about that. I'd forgotten about the whole wheel story until I saw, like I say, we were celebrating 20 years since we did this. And I'm like, oh, that was us. I just told the CEO my story about asking for a bonus the other day. No, he didn't look very impressed. That was a little twat, that was.
Yeah, super.
So I'd done the construction stuff and going into schools and talking to Chaley School, where my kids went or go. And I'm like, look, I built Terminal 5, a part of it. I didn't build it, but I was part of the process of that. So go into the school and I'm like, look, I want to talk to you about careers in construction.
Yeah.
Because we've done some amazing things and they can have a really rewarding career. So eventually they said, yeah, come in. And we did. They're like, we're going to do a Dragon's Den about a green product. I was like, why am I here?
Yeah.
I'll give you. I gave him a day, and I thought I was going to do a bit about, what's the average earnings in construction? What could you do? Who built this fabulous new building you've got?
Yeah.
You can't do a MACE presentation without having the shard in it. That's the law. Right? And
they did build it in the wrong place, though. You see that? It's been in South London. I've read a few things that say the amount of write-ups saying
that one, no.
They're saying it should be on the other side in the city and all this. Yeah, the people. So the idea is it's to build up that environment around it. I think over time, but it's not quite happening yet.
The MACE quarter.
Well,
I do. I'll get in trouble for that one. But there's probably 5 buildings around there now, and the station itself.
Yeah,
you've got the Edge, which is something like the most sustainable building tower in Europe or something.
Cool.
Maybe the world. Who knows? In the world. But it is fabulous to be able to go in and say to these kids, right, just that building, we did that one. I mean, I'm going to reel my favourite jobs off.
Yeah, go on.
T5, definitely. Right, it's just incredible. Even now I go in, I'm like, oh, it's amazing. McLaren, Formula One.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
the headquarters.
Yeah.
I've been there. That's over like
Woking.
Yeah. Yeah, I've driven past it. Yeah.
Both of them jobs. The M&E was Matthew Hall, which is now Dalkia.
Okay.
But it was Matthew Hall then. So we did the
Cool,
original F1 factory.
Wow.
And then the road car. And just incredible. That was, and going there one day, we'd done an apprentice exchange with New York.
Yeah.
Right, so one of my apprentices went to New York, worked on the Empire State Building, and then Jeannie came over from New York. I took her to McLaren, and whilst we were walking in to have a look, Lewis Hamilton and Jensen Button had filming an advert for Santander in the car park. You're like, whoa, these cars go fast in the car park. So, you think, I can't believe my career. So it was that. Tottenham Stadium is incredible. In
your job role, I've not spoken to you, was you caught up with the whole then being the mediator between all the electricians, the stories you heard about the electricians getting it finished when it was all delayed and they needed every electrician in London to come, and we heard stories of us Arsenal electrician fans cutting stuff up when they shouldn't. It might be all
I was interviewing for MACE at this point. I wasn't at MACE for the Tottenham job, but I was working as a HR director for an agency.
Yeah.
So, but really doing the IR stuff on Crossrail.
Yeah.
And Heathrow. So I was interviewing for it, but also we couldn't. It was like a sausage machine of labour.
Yeah.
Right. So I've said this internally to people that were on the job going, it was an amazing job. What are you on about, Stu? I was like, we couldn't get enough people in through the door. They're all coming back out the next day, tools nicked and all. Like, it was a nightmare for the trades.
Yeah.
But talking to my colleagues in most of that, I had no idea what you're on about.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It was a nightmare getting people in.
Yeah.
But looks good.
Yeah, looks very good, doesn't it? Yeah.
I understand.
They fitted a trophy cabinet last year. That's only just been done. Yeah. Didn't need, it wasn't the biggest project.
Got broken into before last year, didn't it? They're looking for a white and blue carpet. But I think looking at that sort of job, so that's an amazing job, obviously. Going to schools and going, look at this.
Yeah.
You can be part of that.
Yeah.
And it will be there for your life.
Mm-hmm.
And you can walk past every job. One new change was the other one. The Savoy, when we did refurb on that was incredible. Finding restaurants we didn't know where that.
Really? Yeah.
Just boarded up.
Really? Yeah.
Ready for service. Been there 40, 50 years.
Wow. Stepping back in time.
One of the plumbers was doing some work, right? Chasing pipe work down a wall. Poof, hammer went through. Right, from Torch through, fucking restaurant on the other side.
Wow.
You're like, how did no one know this was there? Like, clearly, someone must have done some drawings.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah.
Someone must have surveyed this.
Yeah.
He's like, doesn't matter, Stu, does it? Just open the door. I'm like, oh.
Did you get to walk in there? Yeah. Go and walk around it.
Eventually.
Yeah.
But only, like, it wasn't safe for me to go in. I'm nowhere near qualified enough to walk, clearly, on site. So getting in front of the kids and talking to them about those careers early is important. They don't really need me to come in and do a Dragon's Den about someone's green ideas.
Yeah. Yeah. It's such a shame that we spoke about this week, and a real emphasis on how we can help the youngsters and make it look cool. 'Cause I did it when
Not going to write a kid's book, are you?
No, definitely not. I can't write a book. I can't read a book. Then I write a book. Because I was off work for a few years on stomach operations and that, and then I remember thinking, right, I've literally had 18 months of the last 2 years off work because I literally in and out. And I was like, I need to make up for lost time. I only had a phone bill to my name because I was living over mum and dad, and I was like, I need to make up for lost time. So I was like, I always heard about these industries where parts of the industry where you can earn more money, and the railway, or if you work underground, you do 2 hours a night and you get paid a full shift.
Engineering
hours. And I was like, how can I get into those? And I remember looking actually at Santa Cranes. I remember thinking tower crane stuff was obviously good money, the drivers at the time. And then the railway thing popped up, and I was like, and then RTG Group, who we do it with naturally, supported us for a number of years. They were based at where I used to live, around the corner. And I was like, I'm not going to ring them, and I'm not fit enough to do anything, but I can go out for a walk. So I just walked around there and then just knock on their door and was like, I want to get around. How do I get on the railway? And then the guy answered, great big guy, rugby playing looking figure. And I was like, and he was like, we recognise each other. And I thought, it must be from what you look like and from what I know, it must be the rugby pitch. And it was, we used to play against each other. And I went and had a cup of coffee with him. He was like, this is how you do it. You need your PTS ticket. We can sponsor you. You can get through and that. Yeah. And then you're out. And then I got that. And then it was only within a few weeks of that, because I had the civils background, I picked up a job through the old Danny Sullivan group, had enough. The legitimate job I had.
Yes.
I won't go into detail. Yeah, so I ended up going to Hornsey with them and working with Volker Fitzpatrick, and then they opened up the door, and then I went into, I think, £16 an hour as a supervisor at the time. And but I was like, hang on a second, and now I was getting given six shifts a week, and then I could, if I wanted to go out on the other, go and do isolation work with RTG when I could in between the hours, go and do a bit of just, I was going out and just be an EA for them for £100 a shift or something like that. And within no time, I was like, yeah, you're earning decent money. Like, and I was like, no one ever showed me this, that this funding what can come in. So I gave up rugby for a few years and then pushed on with just working, making hay while the sun shone, really.
And that's really, it's important we tell those stories here. Right, for those kids. I don't know. Because teachers ain't doing it for us.
Yeah.
And I went last night to Key Stage 10 success for my son thing where everyone's in the room, and it was all about why maths, English and science is really important. And I'm thinking, well, I ain't got them.
Yeah.
And I'm an associate director of a £3 billion construction company.
Yeah.
It can't be that important. Right, It is, kids. But it's not the be all and end all. And eventually one of them
get the basics.
Get the basics right. Yeah. Right. Learn to read and write and have a bit about you.
Yeah.
But get out and graft.
Yeah.
And you get so much joy from that. Now, okay, I don't pick up the tools anymore, but I make sure people are fit to do it and are fairly treated to do it.
Yeah.
Whether that's on the union side or now on my side of the table, because it's just the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I get so much joy out of it.
Yeah.
I've seen someone treated fairly, about being paid properly, or in whatever way they want to be paid. By the way, I don't hang my hat on any particular type of payment, or CIS or PAYE or whatever it might be. Whatever suits that person.
Yep.
Because if you're on for 10 weeks, do you really want a pension contribution or whatever it might be? You might want it in the back pocket, right?
And I'd almost find that. I know the whole, I mentioned Danny Sullivan, but the whole HS2 and the stuff, what's going on there with all the PAYE. But the lads I know and all that, he says we've done this big project for PAYE. They're like, fuck, leave me alone. No, I'm all right. I almost feel like they wonder, they're saying there's a career shortage up that level. I'm like, there's not, you're just paying the wrong way.
Yeah. I have this conversation with where that's required, right?
Yeah.
And he said, well, just let people be legally engaged.
Yeah.
As long as you're not breaking the law, it's fine, yeah?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Why would you eliminate X amount of your market?
Paul, I mentioned Paul Corby before, right? And he was negotiating the Olympics. I was off then doing other things. He was negotiating or advising on the terms for the Olympics. They wanted a major projects agreement or like a collective agreement, I mean.
Yep.
And they said, we want everyone to be PAYE. So what do you want to do that for? And the next union man, they're like, well, I thought that's what you'd want.
Yeah.
Oh, people can have it if they want, holiday pay. And listen, if you do the sums over the course of a year, it's not much in it.
No.
Either way. But if you're only there for 10 weeks, there's no use doing the sums for a year, is there?
No.
Right? So he said, right, if I'm a contractor, I can tell you I've got 400 lads, carpenters, right, best carpenters in the country.
Yep.
They only work CIS.
Yeah.
I'm not interested. All right, okay, well, we'll get you whoever else we can get and put them on PAYE, but you can't have the 400 best. Well, I can ask them, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
And they're like, why are you being like that, Paul? He's like, well, because that's life.
Yeah.
Right? Who am I to tell someone how they should be employed?
Yeah.
I want to make sure that it's legal. I want to make sure they've got the right to work here, that they're qualified to do what they do.
Yeah.
In whatever way they're going to prove that. But if they want to be a self-employed worker, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give them the choice.
Yep.
Be fair about it. And don't make it, you've got a choice, but you haven't.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely, just tick which ones you want.
Yeah.
And make sure it fits. There's all the tax rules and all that stuff. Right, make that easier.
Yeah.
Stop making people try and, you need to say it this way, that way. Right. Just make it simple.
Yeah.
Right.
Guys just want to know what they're taking home every week,
Yeah.
innit?
Yeah. What's in the bottom right-hand corner?
Yep.
That's what matters, innit? What have I got to go to the pub with on Friday night?
Yeah, pretty much is, yeah.
Once I've paid the bills.
Yep.
I think even giving people the option of how often they're paid should be there. We only do weekly pay. Not many people are a fan of, in the trades, of moving to monthly.
No.
We don't know, right? We've never tried it. We don't know, do we?
No.
Just give them the option. It's more of a payroll companies all across the country going, fuck off, Stu.
And it makes you wonder if they would it help going more monthlies for them to learn how to budget, really? Because at the end of the day, they know you can blow the money this week, they get it next week. Yeah.
Things like that. So I love getting into things like that in my career, that in my job now, where it ain't been funny having title of director and working for MACE.
Yeah.
You can have a bit more clout to go, can we discuss this, please? Can we look at this option, please? Can we think about how people are paid? Or you're not doing it right, subcontractor, right?
Yeah.
I'm not someone who bangs the table very often.
Yeah.
But I do if I need to. I got criticised by a colleague, and you never show your teeth. Well, I don't need to with you. We get on, right? She's like, yeah, but you need to, not always be the nice guy. I like, I'm not. But I don't show you all that, because what's the point?
Yeah. Stress yourself out, make yourself angry. Yeah.
But there are occasions where I might just go, right, I've had enough now. You've had numerous opportunities. God help anyone that pisses me off on a Friday morning when I've just done nights on Thursday at Heathrow.
Yeah.
Because
I say that at Heathrow. So all 20, is it 24/7 the work's going on there, or
mainly nights.
mainly nights?
Mainly
is it?
engineering hours.
Yeah.
So
Signs up.
10:30. So lads start at 9,
Yeah.
finish at 5. All PAYE.
Yep.
Which has its problems in recruiting, but there's also those brilliant people that have been there for years, so it's the right thing for them, right?
Is the airport shut through the night? Is it open? Some flights coming in, I suppose, is it?
Yeah, not many.
Yeah.
10:30, you can get to work.
Yeah.
So lads start at 9. You'll do your golden hour of dabs or nabs, obviously. Training, safety briefings.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you get to Thursday, you're like, well, what are we going to talk about tonight? So you might just say, right, you can sit in the canteen and make yourself comfy while we're getting ready.
Yep.
I have my issues with that because on the other end of the shift, you might finish at 3, 4:15, and then the guys got to sit around till 5 to clock out.
Do they do that? Yeah.
Bell to bell working.
Yeah.
And
So we had it
I
with
worry about the fatigue management on there.
bang on, and working and having worked and still dabbling a little bit with Network Rail world. We've worked on jobs, especially Crossrail, not for my side, but there's parts of Crossrail's teams on the Anglia side, so that was Network Rail land, and it was very much, you done it 3, wait around to sign out till 5. That could be in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm like, those 2 hours is tiring those guys down who then have got a 2-hour drive at the end of that through rush hour or something like that. And you hear it, and one thing with Network Rail we know of is what Network Rail they do the door-to-door policy, but they don't take into account deaths that happen when people are driving to and from work. So you think, hang on a sec, there's a massive amount of people they're not.
Yeah.
Because we had a guy, I got invited on a podcast 2 years ago. Steve, you want to come on a podcast? A year later, I spoke to the guy he worked for. I said, I didn't get round to go on that podcast. He went, well, you know the guy got killed on the road on the A130? I said, yeah. He said, it was him. I was like, oh shit. Yeah, he's coming back from a night shift, and then they hit a roundabout, lost 2 or 3 kids and his missus behind, and all those people. And
Mate,
I've done a lot of nights, and it's fucking, you'll know as well, won't it? If you ain't fucking switched on, and because you do eat, you know, I ended up stopping at every service garage, just get another sandwich and another
common
chocolate.
services. Why isn't Nando's open at 3 in the morning?
Yeah.
You know.
I literally stop at so boring was Chelsea was 15 minutes from my house, and just obviously that is the dangerous spot, isn't it, when you're 10 minutes away or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm just like grabbing a massive sandwich, pack of crisps, and that, and I'm like, I'm doing this for something to do in the car, so I don't.
Listen, I didn't get this magnificent physique from eating salads, but I love doing the night shift to meet the lads.
Yeah.
I hate doing nights, right? Genuinely, because I only do 1 a month.
Yep.
Right. Sometimes 2 a month, because I cover all in MACE, and the rest outside of airports, everyone works in the daytime pretty much.
Yeah.
But at the airports, there's passengers there all day.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want us there, not for any other reason than it makes it safer to do it at night.
Yeah.
It's hard. We're always trying to drive up productivity, but you've only got so many hours, right? But on a Friday morning, so I'll get home because no one else knows I've worked a night shift necessarily, right?
Okay.
So I will do stuff in the daytime on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Might work at home in the morning. Sometimes I don't get a chance. So in the afternoon, you might find me having a 15-minute nap or 15-minute nap, in the car, and then go and do the night shift.
Yep.
Might have another power nap before I drive home, because it's an hour and 15 minutes from Heathrow to home. But by 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm tired. I'm knackered because I've been up since probably 6, barring the power naps. The morning before, 5, 6. And some people say, well, I do that every day. But you ain't done night shift as well, that you're not used to. Your body clock's not ready for that. I'm not moaning, right? It's just that's life, right? Yeah. And if I don't do it, I can't do it. But if someone pisses me off in that shift, like what I tend to do is get home and I'll have thought for an hour and 15 minutes. Right, you're getting it when I go home. Right? Because I'm knackered, I've done all this, and you can't do your simple thing for this lad on site. Yeah. And it's usually an employer hasn't done the right thing, or they haven't given PPE. Yeah. Right, the guy's had to come with his own. We're like, hang on, we provide PPE. You can charge us for this. The client provides PPE.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to ring her, get some PPE, please.
Yeah.
There's a sticker everywhere.
Yeah.
So stop doing that.
So the jobs, it is, isn't it? It's down to the, I suppose, the main contracts. PPE is built into the job to be supplied, isn't it?
all the way through. I mean,
Is that forever a bit of a fucking issue with the guys being issued it by the subbies as such? Or?
subbies? Yeah, some subbies are brilliant. Some have boots for
Yeah.
the job, right? And that winds me up,
Yeah.
right? Because I know the law.
Yeah.
It's been there since 1974. It's older than me, this law.
Yeah.
That's hard to believe. And you see someone on a, I don't know how they got through the beginning of the shift in a pair of trainers.
Yeah.
Hey, why are you wearing trainers? Well, I'm inside. Oh, the hammer's not hurt inside then when they're on your foot
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
you're using.
Yeah.
It just winds me up. So, or you'll see someone in the wrong stuff,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we're at the premises of one client who want their logo, and they'll turn up with a logo of, I don't know, Tideway or
Yeah.
HS2 or HS1 or
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, turn up with a different brand,
Yeah.
and you just know it's going to piss the client off. And you're like, how could no one have looked at you when you got here and gone, you can't wear that? It's the wrong thing.
Yeah.
It's not the guy's fault.
Yeah.
He's been told to bring stuff.
Yeah.
Right. I'll sort you out, mate. It's not your fault.
Mm-hmm.
That's always my start.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it's usually, what the fuck are you wearing that for?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll have to bring my own stuff. Right, I'll sort you out. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Speak to one of the construction managers. Do me a favour, get him some gear, kit him out properly. Because I don't know how old it is. I don't know if it's the right standard.
Yeah.
What we've got is sort him. Well, I didn't ask for an answer. Like, just get on with it. And then by the time I get home, I've gone up here, shouted it in the car, got home, write a real strong but fair email, and then I'll go a kip. And then when I wake up, everyone's gone, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, but that's me on a Friday.
Yeah.
Like,
Came through it.
Friday morning.
But Heathrow's just ongoing. I take it the works there, isn't
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
If people say it's like the fourth bridge, that's easy compared to Heathrow.
it? Yeah.
You know,
Imagine.
it is.
Much security to get through to do your job.
Yeah, so you go airside. So basically, you're no different to a passenger.
Okay,
Well, you're probably more checked than a passenger.
Yeah.
You,
Passports every shift or? what's the
no,
crack
you
there?
get a pass. So it's 5-year work history.
Yep.
To the day,
Really, yeah.
right? So if one employer says something different to another, they're going to need more investigation and a DBS check to make sure you've not previously tried to set a plane on fire.
Yeah, that could be
Right,
about
or,
that.
you
Yeah.
know, or any other reason. So you'll get all that, and then you get a pass to go outside. But you go through the same screening. So you don't want steel boots.
Yeah.
You know, don't wear belts with a metal
My
bottle.
missus is amazing. Don't stop wearing a poxy belt when you go to get on the plane.
Buy one with a plastic clasp. That's what you need. That's what all that. So, and you have to go every now and again to keep it live, right? And with my job, that's hard because, like I said, I cover all of the UK for MACE.
Yep.
So I get to go to all of our wonderful jobs, but that means sometimes I might not get there within the 45-day limit again.
Yeah.
Because, it's 45 calendar days.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So
That
I go
soon
one.
disappears, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And you're like, someone's going to... I've got real guilty conscience all the time. So I'm like, someone's going to tell me off because I haven't been here for... You're like, hang on, no, I've been Manchester, been Birmingham, I've been on 19 different projects across London, and then Gatwick, and then in the office, and then you meet the trade bodies, and you meet... I just didn't get time,
Yeah.
right? So going to do the workforce engagement meetings. I love doing these because you just sit down in a room like this and you go, right, lads, tell me what we're not doing very well. And they go, listen, I don't know your name. I don't want to know your name.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but he does. Like, you out. Right, go on, just tell me what we're going to do well. Right, so we go and do that. I'm doing one particular night, and I'd done Terminal 4, landside, in our office. It's fine. Then I did Terminal 3, landside, in the office. It's fine. So I've been at the airport every week.
Yeah.
But I just ain't gone bip through to airside. Get to Terminal 5. It's at the end of the runway.
Yeah.
It's airside. It's an amazing place if you like planes and all that. So all the lads behind me in a queue to go airside. And I'm like, got my PPE on and get to the front of the queue. There you go. Sorry, it's parked. Oh, fuck. I forgot to check in the daytime. And everyone's like, typical MACE, don't come on site very often. They're like, shut up. So I was like, we've got to move the meeting. So we did it in Cafe Nero on that side.
Yeah.
So I was like, I could have just come in jeans and a t-shirt here, to be fair. But yeah, got absolute pelters for that.
Yeah.
You don't come here often enough. I was like, I do.
Yeah.
I just didn't come to that bit. So yeah, you have to keep it live. But it is...
Where the job's spanning at the moment with MACE? Predominantly around the city, all over the UK?
City, I would say London South East, we're the biggest contractor.
Yeah.
So around the city, definitely. And then you got the Oxford, Cambridge, pharmaceuticals, life science, all that stuff. Airports, huge.
Yeah.
Doing a massive job at Manchester, the T2 transformation.
Oh,
which is nearly done.
Yep.
I've had some IR fun with that one. Gatwick, we're doing North Terminal extension. So I don't know if you're thrown from Gatwick.
A few years back, we were trying to avoid it this side of the river.
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah, we opt for Stansted.
It's north for me.
Yeah, we try. You never know. You get caught out by roadworks in the evening or something. Shit, and then you're panicking.
You're done.
Shut the bridge or something. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm not too bad for Gatwick. But,
and then the flight back will land at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and now you've got 5 o'clock on the M25.
I can't do that. Yeah, Stansted.
Mind you, though, we go Stansted quite a lot, and now that seems to be turning into Luton for us. It's getting worse and worse. And Southend's on its way up, and they have like one plane every day.
Who owns Southend? The truck
I know
company,
Ernest Doe's did own it. Yeah, but they're gone now.
No,
not Ernest Doe, sorry.
Eddie Stobart's.
Eddie Stobart's, not Ernest Doe's, that's the other. The tractor's around our way. Eddie Stobart's, yeah. So Stobart's. But Stobart's has been bought out completely.
Has it?
It's gone. I'm pretty sure it's gone, isn't it, Al? You can do a little thing. Eddie Stobart's, is it sold? Because the massive logistics centre they had on the A13 name changed and all the branding changed. And I think the guy... Yeah.
We collapsed in 2019 due to debt, but it's not sold.
It's just been taken over. Yeah, someone's taken over rebranding it, I take it. Yeah, because the guys who we used to DSB, they civils we worked with and done the retaining walls at Crossrail on the Shenfield end for the pretty much for the fucking what do you call it, all the sidings, done the sidings, so that big load of piling and then gaping baskets. It was a really cool job actually, and it was only heavy civils on this side of the Anglia side that I got involved with, and the firm that come in to do that had just finished a few years back at Southend Airport and done all the tarmac for it, and they were saying like the limits they had worked between was obviously a little bit different to roads, and obviously and how compressed it had to be, and it was unbelievable. They're saying it, but they were making more money at Southend Airport on the train station than they was on the actual airport. I'm not sure if it's still today, but for quite a while of time. But that was basically because you could get a 30 quid flight from EasyJet to go anywhere. But then if you want to go from Southend to fucking Liverpool Street,
it's 70 quid or something ridiculous.
Yeah, it was fortunes. So but they built the airport. They built the train station there for the airport. So it's a great airport. We love it, and they've just started doing a few more flights out of there now as well, because they had to do X amount of flights with literally empty planes to show they could deal with a certain amount of flights coming in and out. So at the time, you could literally go to Ireland, I think Aer Lingus or Aer Fungus is what they call it. They were doing so many trips backwards and forwards with empty planes just to show that it can deal with that traffic, that you could jump on a plane at any point and get to Ireland really easy. And they showed
Should
that.
have done that instead of your tractors. Could have been back for tea.
So that was, but now that they're flying now actually to Salzburg, I think it is now. So we could, I don't think it's Munich, I think it's Salzburg, and we go skiing over Austria every year. So I'm like, we can actually go from Southend skiing. This is gonna be great. But I dropped my mum and dad off. Sorry,
Eskem, formerly Stobart Group.
Eskem, yes, it's changed.
Eskem.
There you go.
I dropped my mum and dad off because they live over in Spain and they fly to Alicante, and I dropped them off there start of the year to Southend Airport. We were the only people at the airport, and we waited at the door for it to open. We went through only 4 or 5 check-in desks, and there was no one there. I actually borrowed £1 off the lady at the check-in desk to go and use a trolley, and I used it to get my mum and dad's stuff in, and then I popped back in and gave her £1 back.
Jesus.
That's service. I like that. Yeah, friendly service. Oh, it's an amazing airport, and you just walk through and there's
that's the dream. Mercia Airport's a bit like that.
Bus stop. Yeah, in Mercia's. Mum and dad said that. It was like the Southend equivalent.
We go because there's always 5 of us, right, which is an awkward number going on holiday. Me and my wife, 2 kids, and my dad.
Yeah.
So we started going to villa holidays because it was getting so expensive to go on holiday.
Yeah, fortunes, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
We haven't been this year, different story. But going into Mercia Airport, I loved it.
Yeah.
Just easy.
Yeah. Yeah, Mum,
But
Dad.
obviously, the big airports that we are creating and building are fantastic as well. So Gatwick's busy. And over into North Terminal, there's a big bridge where the planes go under. Right?
Yes.
We built
Yep,
that.
seen that. Yep.
And then I call it the EasyJet Pier, which is out in the middle.
Okay, yep.
Right, we're doubling the size of that.
Yeah.
So right in the middle of the active taxiways is one of our construction sites. You can see it on Google Maps.
Oh, yeah.
So we're putting an X-ray gates on that. That's a huge job. So I quite like going to that one because it's a 20-minute direct train journey from home.
Oh, is that
That's the nearest job.
20 minutes as well. Yeah. Happy days.
Direct train. So go see that. And then up in the city is amazing. From Salisbury Square development, Timber Square, which is amazing. You can see it from as you go around that squeaky bit on the Thames Link to Blackfriars.
Yeah.
Always makes me laugh. Right, when we get to that bit, the train stops out, and it always stops.
Yeah.
Next to a speedy depot.
Does it? Yeah.
You're like, ironic. So we've got
This
loads
stop
of
is
jobs.
sponsored by.
And then so there's loads of jobs around there that are going up. We've just got Gracechurch Street, British Library extension.
Okay, cool.
That's huge.
Is it? Yeah.
And for me, of real interest. So when it was built in the 1985 to 1996-7 by Langs, as it was then, loads of IR issues with Labour. Right through to when it became librarians, by the way, they were striking about how many
Really,
books
yeah.
they could lift or something. I don't know, right?
It's too quiet in here.
Shh. Like to raise a grievance.
He bought his book back late.
7 years.
I did like that. One of the kids did not take one back. I felt anxiety taking a book back late because I remembered it as a kid.
Just tap here.
Yeah, that's it. Now you scan it and get out without them saying nothing.
I
Yeah.
know.
Sorry,
Right,
go back. British Library.
British Library. I want to get that right.
Yeah.
And so I've been researching the history of the IR issues on that job.
Reading about it.
Yeah, reading about it. Yeah. Google, not Google. And there's loads there about industrial unrest and the construction workforce, and so I'm just sort of absorbing that to make sure we don't repeat those mistakes.
Yeah.
We do loads of lessons learned.
I was literally about to say
safety
lessons learned.
stuff,
Yeah.
right? And lessons learned on work at height or how to put a whatever in, right?
Yeah.
But from an IR point of view, there's not an awful lot learned. So my job now is to go and research that and make sure I don't do the same thing and not write anything down or not keep records of the outcomes, because they might do another something like that, and they could look at my records then and look at what I learned from it. So I want to make sure that project that we do there is somewhere people want to go and work, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things I said when I took on this role as an AD, was my passion is there's loads of construction jobs in London that aren't MACE jobs.
Yeah.
I want people to leave those other jobs and come and work on ours.
Yeah, it's a competitive market, isn't it? Yeah.
There's a labour shortage, right? So I'm not sure people jump for 50p an hour anymore. Some might.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm not sure they do. But what it might jump for is, do you know what? When you go on a MACE job, occasionally they do free haircuts.
Yeah.
You go on a MACE job, canteens bob on.
Yeah.
Right. I hate it when it's not on our terms, the welfare.
Yeah.
Right, because invariably it's not very good.
Yeah.
Right, so sometimes I'll go to a job, and I won't name the client because that would be stupid, but you get your client's responsible for their welfare.
Yeah.
And you go in, you're like, first of all, I'm not sure me or half the workforce are going to fit on those chairs.
Yeah.
You know, the little 4 ones with the moulded things, right? And why is it you've only got a microwave and...
John Houlihan come in, listen to that one about Grenfell Tower when he come in.
With the police getting their stuff.
Yeah, the canteens they got given and the food was all laid on, and then the scaffolders had to sign pretty much an NDA to say they won't talk about the job, and then they've been sent to the CAF down the road, and the press was sitting next to them, listening in to any conversations they had spying on them. Basically, it was like you could have nipped that all in the bud by just letting them use the canteen and put food in for them. So that would
Got a
have been
decent canteen in place.
yeah. And he said that how many projects just go by the minimum requirement they need to do to get on the law side of things, and you can see. But why? Yeah, and I said, why not get decent seating in there, and decent. A little bit of entertainment. I said, only Fools and Horses on the TV.
Yeah,
put the TV on. Yeah, put the TV on.
Horses on.
Stuff the guys because I don't know.
We've got tellies everywhere.
Yeah, well, you have TV on as well. Actual anything.
You like just put the news on.
Yeah, well, this is it.
Sky Sports News on. Transfer deadline day. Make the canteen staff wear a yellow and black hat. Right, be all Jim White about it. Let's make it a bit fun.
Yeah,
most people on site would like football, right? Or would know about transfer deadline day.
Yeah,
let's have a bit of fun and make it about that. No, we've got to put information up there. You're like, well, last time I checked, you showed me which train's leaving from the nearest train station.
Yeah, well,
they're going to know that from their phone.
You're giving the guys half hour, an hour, whatever it is, to have their own stand down time to shut off. Let them shut off for a bit, not sit there and go, there's been X amount of fatalities or X amount of incidents reported and that kind of stuff in X amount of days. I see a lot of it.
We are 2 million, right, we'd like to put the good news stuff. We're 2 million hours riddle-free on this job. Okay, great. It's actually like, well, great, I didn't get hurt.
Yeah.
What do you want, a medal?
Yeah.
Right? Because you're not supposed to hurt me.
Yeah.
At work. Well done. Right? So just turn it over, will you? I want to, it could be, not everyone just wants to watch Fools and Horses. I think it's a great idea. Right? Not everyone does want to watch that. There might be
the airport jobs, you can watch now, can't you? Come fly with me. You get that on there. See how that goes down the client.
I know, yeah. Might be all right in the welfare. We're just doing a massive media screens job.
Yeah.
Like the huge, football pitch size tellies.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll be putting it on there. Can you imagine that?
But this is the one, is to give the guys and girls that opportunity to shut off for a bit and have a bit of relaxed downtime.
Bit of entertainment, right? And, everyone's got
breaks the day up.
Mobiles and that, and they can watch it. But actually, if you put something on quietly in the background.
Something nostalgic for them. Watching it,
Or, some of them might like Loose Women, the programme.
Yeah.
And some of them might like watching the news. It could be budget day.
Yeah.
That really affects a lot of our public
and you
sector
say that,
jobs.
the lads I've worked with are massively into their politics. People like machine drivers or just ground workers. And they're like, and they're in, they're bang on it, especially I suppose for the union side as well, when people like that switched on. But and I've been so surprised over the years, because I'm not into politics really at all. My dad always said avoid it. My granddad said avoid it. Just don't get involved. Stick to East London, not West. But it's literally that. It was like, why are we? All these people who don't expect it are literally thinking they're actually really into this stuff. They want to watch it. Yeah, so you'd be surprised.
So getting that stuff on.
You're never going to put someone what's going to please 100% of the people, are they? But you can
put PMQs on a Wednesday, and they can all shout and hurl abuse at the telly, maybe.
Yeah.
But they're not going to do it to each other. They're going to go out talking about this person's whatever, a lettuce.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting that one of our jobs that we mentioned earlier, the Prime Minister's the MP for the job.
Okay. Yeah.
So imagine putting PMQs on that job. It might have a different impact to one in, I don't know, Chelsea, where they're the other colour.
Yeah.
I try not to publicly nail my colours to the mast on a political party because it doesn't matter in my job.
No. Yeah. Well, it's becoming...
Well, we have 5 different prime ministers and then, of blue and then one of red, and we still don't have an answer on a lot of the work we do. It doesn't really matter. Just make your mind up.
This world is coming so divisive, isn't it, with it? And you can see it. Look at what's his name? Charles Kirk. Yeah, the weekend.
Terrible.
And now it's like this civil war between the left and the right. And I've always said, with even through COVID, it's like, are you pro jab, no jab? Are you vaccine, no vaccine? Or are you what was the other ones on there? Jab or no jab, mask or no mask? It's like you had to be one or the other, and then it was such but you can't physically admit it because you get hammered by someone. Then
someone's
and Brexit was going at the same time, wasn't it? You're voting in or voting out. Everything was like to divide all of us down here, isn't it? Really?
That was the start of it in this country, I think, the Brexit debate.
Yeah. There must have been something the media took off of it and gone, quite, how good has this been for creating this divide? Well, they know, don't they? They play the game. But
I don't think... I think I'm very publicly on the record about my views on Brexit. I was a Remainer, and doesn't really matter what I think. I did my vote. And that's only say
it was. Yeah. I think everyone's wishing we was now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Even the number of the leaders. Yeah.
What have we done?
Yeah.
We have some very rich people on the back of Brexit.
Yeah. It's crazy.
We were hoodwinked on that. Those people made a load of money. I'll get off that soapbox.
I said to my dad,
one of them becomes Prime Minister.
I said to my dad, Dad, in the world of politics, so what Prime Minister can you look back and said has physically done something for you, what's helped? And now Thatcher, I know she obviously disappointed a lot of the country, especially up north, for the areas you've been in the past, and not popular. But my dad's reason for it was she got me my curtains and my sofa when I got my first house. she gave like a new buyer scheme where literally if you bought a house,
own your own home scheme.
It was something, and she would give you a grant towards the for furnishing it. So he got a sofa and curtains of it, and he was like, "That's the one thing anyone's ever done for me." Had nothing to do with all the other stuff that went on, but yeah,
it's funny, isn't it? Because I mean, my dad would spit at the sound of my granddad, especially at the sound of her name. I just remember, I was a kid, and it was Thatcher, Milk Snatcher, and all that stuff on it, and you kind of grow up with that. I've got friends on both sides of the political divide now, is the best way of putting it, and I have some sympathy. I'm a centrist, really. I was a Blairite, 100%. I was a Blairite. I know he's not popular. He's very
I vaguely remember my parents being that as a kid growing up.
Towards the end, he was as popular as a fart in a spacesuit, wasn't he? Right, but at the beginning, I remember, D Ream playing "Things Can Only Get Better," and the world was not a great place in the 90s, and recessions and Tory scandals, and with the Green Curry's egg shit and all that, not egg shit, but and then he came in and it was
the Millennium Bug looming as well, wasn't it? What's going to happen?
I remember that. Planes are going to fall from the sky. He just went, tick, 0, 0, 0. Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
And, the optimism that come at that time, because we had a long time of the opposition party, and I remember seeing, as a union guy, minimum wage coming in.
Yeah.
1998 was the first time we had the right to holidays in this country.
Was it really?
Yeah. No one had the right to holidays.
Yeah.
And then under that government, they moved it to, 20 days eventually.
Yeah.
You're entitled to 20 or 4 weeks off.
Yeah.
And then they moved it to 5.6 weeks to take account for bank holidays.
Gotcha.
Wow, they're really doing shit here.
Yeah.
They're making the working life better.
Mm-hmm.
We forget a lot of that. We do.
Yeah.
The country forgets a lot of that minimum wage stuff, and get slaughtered. Not necessarily saying they're doing the right thing in the moment. The current lot, they were left. They're polishing a turd. They were left.
Yeah. It's all about that way, isn't it?
But
rather than us at the moment, isn't it? Fucking man's taking that, want that job.
I know. For a sheep
we just watched Hostage. You seen that with?
That's amazing.
Yeah, interesting program. But I can't help but thinking, I don't think we should be messing about and joking about this stuff at the moment. It feels very fragile, doesn't it? The way it's
that
going.
Could be BBC News. That.
Oh, it could be massively. And it's when they got the military guy involved, I won't give away the program too much, but I was like, we could do without that. I said to my missus, I don't really want to be talking about promoting things like this because we really don't want this to be true, but you just don't know, do you?
It is.
Until you get the next job of building MI5 and MI6, then you can let us know what goes on.
I'll be properly right. They might not let me on now. When I started for the union, I was working in the research department when I got into construction. And Corby said to me, "What do you want to do?"
Yeah.
I met him in the canteen, never met before. "All right, young gun, what do you want to do?" I was like, "I don't want to count new members for the rest of my life. It's really boring and there aren't that many."
Yeah.
And he said, "Well, do you want to work in the research department and do construction?" Because the rest of them just want to be MPs, really.
Mm.
And I laughed at the time. I knew they were all like Young Fabian Society, the Labour Party and whatever. But he was right.
Yeah.
So from that department, Mark Tarmy was the head of research.
Yep.
He's now my dad's MP, ironically.
Is he? Yeah.
And I went to campaign to help him get in. There was two that are now in the House of Lords, so Ruth Anderson Smith, who's now in Lords, and Tom Watson.
Okay, yeah.
Tom went on to be the deputy leader of the Labour Party.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Duggar, Vicky Foxcroft, we all got in to become MPs.
Yeah.
And prominent in the Blair government,
Yeah.
right? And Tom went on to be deputy leader under Jeremy Corbyn. And I was like, it's only when I come back, I was like, shit, Paul's right.
Yeah.
That's all he wanted to do. All I wanted to do was be a union man, right?
Yeah.
And well, be someone that help people have a better time at work.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not that far. I'm wiser, clearly.
Yeah.
And my loyalties are to my paymaster, or kind of thing. You know, I look after MACE. But the best way to look after MACE is look after everyone.
Yeah.
And make sure, to the best of my ability. Now, that doesn't mean if someone's being an idiot, they ain't getting it.
Yeah.
Right? But that's on them. I always...
Yeah. Treat how you like to be treated, sort of thing.
Yeah. And it's hard to do this on a podcast, but I listen more than I talk. It's really difficult on a podcast, right? And then I'll make an informed view. Because every view I get, I go, right, if you're right, what's the worst that can happen? So I need to process that in my head. And I can do that really quick. And then eventually I'll go, right, this is what I think can happen. This is probably the best outcome for us. And most people go, oh yeah, I can see how we win from that.
Yeah.
And if everyone says, I can see how we win from that, then that's probably the right outcome. And that, whether that is, let's say, simple as making sure everyone's got the right PPE on the project. Yeah. And good quality, by the way.
Yeah, good quality. The one I was going to say that. The issued stuff I get, I've got a Crossfire jacket is my go-to, and I'll just put anything over the top because I know it was a decent quality jacket. Yeah. It's still, I've had it 10 years now, and it's still lasting. Don't tell me I'm not working hard enough. But it's the go-to because But then so I put ours on. I'm like, no, I'll sweat my nuts off. It's a waterproof jacket, but it's literally a tarpaulin what's not breathable. So.
I've got I would have called it a body warmer when I was a kid because I'm from up north.
Yeah.
Right, but it's called
a gilet.
A gilet down here, darling.
Or a gillet.
I've got a high-vis gillet. I did call it a gillet when I first saw it. I don't know what a gillet is. A gilet. So I've got a high-vis gilet. Right, it's the best thing ever. But, you know, I've had it a while. But, you know, I work for MACE. My PPE doesn't get that dirty. But it is because we have great, clean sites. But I have a genuine story about that. I love this story. We talk about careers in construction. And I've mentioned this fellow on my podcast. I've told him, and he goes, oh, thanks, Stu. Steve. There's another Steve. That little Steve is at Euston. And he lives over the road. And literally knocked on the security cabin. Hello, I live opposite, and I quite like a job here. It looks really interesting. There's not many neighbours on that job, so right? All right, mate. What do you want to do? Oh, I don't mind. I'll do anything. This is before we banned the brush, right? Well, do you want to sweep up? Right. He's been there 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
Cleanest job in London.
Loves it.
Absolutely loves it. He was there when you came, actually. And he was sweeping for ages, clearing out the ashtrays, and like he's getting a little bit
amongst
more.
it.
Yeah, in with it, with the boys, paid as labourer on a project. Still, that's now we've moved into this new thing. We're like, who's the most trustworthy person on this job?
Yeah.
That's a hard conversation to have because why don't you trust me? Well, don't you run in what we're going to ask? So he runs the basket system. So when lads come in, get your basket, get changed, give him all your gear. Yeah. But all your personal effects, your wallet. He takes it in. Obviously, CCTV. We ain't just trusting Steve, right? We might have our times.
Steve turns up in his Bentley now.
I love that.
He keeps on taking everyone's wallet.
I could do with a new iPad. Yeah, no.
He's moved to Mayfair.
Yeah, it's not on the Heathrow Road anymore. Oh, God. This started off about how great he was. He is
all coming together now, talking out loud. Oh, shit.
No. I wondered where he got that helicopter from. But his life in construction has turned round, right? Because he was watching us and got the opportunity to see what a great job we do. And now he's in there.
Yeah.
And he's gone into the...
He's shown it well, advertised it. Yeah.
Literally looking out of his window.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to look at it for another 10, 15 years.
Yeah,
Probably,
might as well get
bless him.
amongst it.
You
Yeah,
might as well get
yeah.
in it and earn from it. And we need to show that to people who aren't at that end of their career. You know, he's not a kid, but we need to get kids.
Yeah.
Seeing what we're doing, seeing these amazing things, seeing the
Yeah.
piling machines. My son come in with me the other week.
I see that. Yeah, the post online. Yeah, superb. Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
well planned, right? Night before, Dad, can I come to work with you tomorrow? Yeah, fine. What am I going to do with him? So literally got him up in the, I was like, you coming then?
Yeah.
6 o'clock. Yeah. Can I have a coffee? I think 14, you can't have, yeah, you can have a coffee. All the way on the train. ADHD and caffeine. Oh, I should have known better. But he came onto site and I took him into the induction.
Yeah.
Sat in the induction. Like, so I have responsibility for that site's induction. I don't know how, right?
Yeah.
I remember the original conversation. Stu, does a favour, look after this.
Yeah.
Paul, right? You look after this because you get shit done. All right, fine. And I've had it since, right? So I'm delivering the induction and we go, there's a slide. What are yellow and red cards for? Right. And, I cut to the chase. We don't use yellow and red cards on our sites.
Yeah.
We use just culture if we use it properly. But I always ask the question, what are these yellow and red cards for? It's a Monday induction. Everyone's like, nothing.
Yeah.
Deadpan.
Yeah.
I say, come on, lads. And lass says, what's the yellow and red card for? And Frankie's sort of in the corner because the coffee's still going, right? And I go, right, I'll ask the 14-year-old if you lot don't know answer then.
Yeah.
Frankie, what's it for? And he goes, is it for denying a goal scoring opportunity? I'm like, all right, you've gone way too far now. I just meant like football or rugby.
He's a ground worker.
And literally everyone's pissing themselves laughing. And he was great. He broke the ice and he was...
So you need, you're away.
And blowing my own trumpet, loads of people come to our induction. You've done a million site inductions. And they leave going, that's the best site induction I've ever done.
Yeah, brilliant.
Because it is between an hour and a half, 2 hours. I bollock anyone for not taking an hour.
Yeah.
Because you just can't do it justice. Try not to be death by PowerPoint, but it is PowerPoint in there, right? It's all on a screen.
For it. Yeah.
But it's an aid memoir for the person who's got to remember what shit to say.
Yeah, see it.
Right, because you have to perform, and I'm pretty good at performing on that. I'm in Panto. Genuinely, going to be in Panto this year.
Oh, superb.
Again, but I like to bring it to life and talk about the stories. And you go, this is this amazing project we're building once in a lifetime. Hopefully, this is what we're going to build. And then you move on to the next bit, and you go into safety, and you're like, look, these are the main things. We talk about mental health.
Yep.
In there, right? It's an absolute. I spend more time on this.
Yeah.
And I ask the presenters, if it's not me, to make it personal.
Yeah.
If they feel comfortable in doing that. Some do, some don't. There's a powerful video that was filmed on a BAM site called Over the Edge. And I put it in the induction. It's really it's hard hitting because it's a ground worker, clearly. Yeah. And he gets a bollock. Have you seen it? You must have seen it. And he's eating his lunch up on the roof, and then he goes to jump over the edge, and one of his mates goes, whoa, and it finally saves him. And we've had a few tears in the induction from it, from everyone. Yeah. And I like that. We've changed it to the one that we did that Norwich have done. Norwich.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
A strong one, yeah.
But we might go back, just shake it up a bit. But I always find it's all right to do a video, but you've got to be personal.
Yeah, for sure.
Giving some life story, some lived experience.
Yeah.
And there was another guy that used to work with me, Big James. He was there when you came. And he had 3 stories, which was too much. I appreciated he wanted to tell his story, but I was like, we've got a 2-hour induction here, and you're doing 20 minutes on every time. So we try and get people to give their story. So I used to stand up and say, look, do you think we have a mental health crisis in construction?
Yeah.
And everyone goes, yeah, absolutely. Okay, do you want to talk about it?
Yeah.
And no one does. Okay, listen, I will. I don't really expect you to stand or sit here and tell everyone your issues. But we do have a mental health issue. And at that point, it was the 2 a day thing was the line, but too many a day dying from suicide. And let's not get people to that, let people get to that stage. Let's talk to each other. I've had issues, in my family, and I've seen mental health issues with, since MACE has been the saviour for me, really, from my family as well. My son, lockdown was a nightmare for him. Right, it's going from being the most sociable kid to isolated.
Yeah, inhumane, isn't it? Yeah.
It was, yeah, and he quickly realised, because I got furloughed. Right, I was at the airport. I just joined MACE, dream job, 6 months in. Shit, no planes, no construction.
Yeah,
bugger. What am I going to do? Right, so I get furloughed, which was lucky. My wife didn't, so I was there to do homeschooling. He's like, well, if Dad gets injured, I don't have to do homeschooling.
Yeah.
So I'll get in the shower, and he's putting all sorts on the floor for me to trip over. I was like, he's going like my razor, right? So it wasn't just Lego, which hurts as well.
Booby traps.
Booby traps. So I rang the school. I was like, he's got to go back because I know you're doing emergency workers, but you're classing journalists. One of my mates is a journalist.
Yeah.
Like, you've got his kids in. He lives opposite the school and he's working from home.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, you can have Frankie and he's having a real mental health issue. And then my daughter went through some issues with school, kids at school being arseholes.
Yeah.
Teenagers are horrible, aren't they? So there was that. And I was kind of always the backstop for it. And then a week from now, Jackie got diagnosed with breast cancer, my wife.
Oh, crikey. Sorry.
She's out the other side now.
Amazing. Yeah.
Her dad got diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer in the same week.
Yeah. Same week.
Yeah. Ironically, she was outside my office, which I wasn't at when she found out, or she got the call to say, come in. Elvin would say this, Elvin Box.
Yeah.
If you work for a company that uses private medical insurance, use it.
Yeah.
I love it. Right.
Yeah.
So I'd put Jackie on my private medical insurance, nagged her to go and have the annual assessment that I'd paid for. And the last thing they did was a mammogram, and they found a lump.
Wow. Yeah.
Right. The NHS didn't call her up for a mammogram until she'd finished her treatment.
Yeah.
And she was nearly 3 years in. So it would have been a very different story if she'd waited for the NHS.
Yeah.
So all of that was in their mental health issues, but I didn't think about how it was affecting me.
Yeah.
Actually, and I was getting a bit more low, and then there was people at work.
Yeah.
Obviously, big project got paused.
Yeah.
And there were people going to lose their job, and who do they go to? It's the IR man, right? Because is this right?
Voice and shadows.
Yeah. So you're taking the world's troubles on your shoulders.
Yeah.
Happily, right? Because you don't think about how you need to let it out. And you'd have directors saying, I'm going to do this. You can't do that. Oh, that's because you're too close to him.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you, because in my head, you've said something. I've already worked out how we're getting sued for that, right? Before you finish the sentence.
Yeah.
So listen to me. And they did eventually. But you've also got the person who's leaving going, oh, Stu, I don't want to go. And they're getting rid of me because they don't like me. No, mate, your job's redundant.
Yeah.
Or it's gone, and all the issues of that. So that's on you. You've got the personal life stuff. So I started using that, and I was talking about it in the induction. I think if I hadn't stood in front of 30, 40 people a number of times and gone, these are the issues I'm having in my life now, I think I might have cracked.
Yeah.
I think I might have cracked.
Yeah. It would have been the pressure cook, wouldn't it? Yeah, you got it out.
And just being honest about it. And then eventually I was like, it was starting to get to me, all of that. And hearing other people's issues and problems.
Yeah, absorbing all that, yeah.
Yeah. And, we're a big organisation of 7,000 people. But actually, the construct side of the business is 2,000 and tens of thousands of lads on site. And every single one of them, genuinely, I care for.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear of anyone being hurt,
Yeah.
you know. So that's on my mind. It's why I don't mind doing a full Thursday and into Thursday night and sorting out the shit before I go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But it got to me, right? And my wife was like, you're not right.
Mm-hmm.
You need some help because you're snapping at the kids, you know, you're drinking too much, you're smoking too much, you're not looking after yourself, you're not sleeping properly. The only time you seem happy is when you go out that door to work.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, shit. Anyway, I kind of just told her to do one
Yeah.
at first because your wife's not the person to tell you what to do, right?
Yeah. We're not the ones to listen.
We don't listen, right? So her colleague is also a really good friend. Right? She was on the pod, Nancy was on the other week. And she said, look, I go see a psychologist. And I think you should see her because she doesn't take any shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you're the kind of bloke that needs that. You don't need someone with plinky blonky music, right?
Yeah.
You need someone to go, right, you prick, what's the matter?
Yeah.
Right? And essentially, that's why I went to start going to see a psychologist.
Yeah.
I wrote the email, sat down, thinking, oh, she's got, you know, I will have a couple of these and I'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, look, I got your email. I'm really sad. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, why? She went, you're in a really not good place. I can see already anxiety, depression,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and ADHD. ADHD wasn't that massive a surprise, right?
Yep.
It was a confirmation, really, and seeing it in Frankie. What, being told you've got depression, being diagnosed with depression, face to face, you're like, whew, I wasn't expecting that. I didn't know what was wrong with me. I just thought it was stress. It was my response, right? And so, yeah, it is stress will fuck you up, right? But Stu, we need to sort this, and I'm most concerned about your mood.
Yeah.
And to the point I think you need medicating, so I need to see a psychiatrist as well. Like, oh. And by this point, I'd forgotten about my private medical insurance, so I'd paid for it myself, right? I was like, Jesus, I hope it's not as expensive as you are. Anyway, she went, well, phone your beeper or whatever it is, AXA. So I go through that. And wow, felt like I was unravelled and slowly put back together, week by week, 2 a month, right back to 10 years old, really.
Yeah.
Shit that I didn't know was getting to me that had formed my frailties.
Yeah.
Needed addressing.
Well, so back to the childhood trauma, isn't it? Yeah.
And anyway, you know, this wasn't a trauma where it was obvious.
Yeah.
Right? It was a kid with psoriasis. I have psoriasis. I have wonderful treatment for that from the NHS. And but as a kid, I didn't. Like, it was all over my hands, head, everything. You could see it. And kids were arseholes. Right? And throw it into that. My dad was the milkman. Genuinely was the milkman, right?
No comment.
Supermarket started. I'm quickly going on for that.
Yeah.
Supermarket started selling milk, which meant my dad wasn't. Right, his business went. Well, my dad fallout. Eventually get divorced. 10 years on, right? They're long falling out over it. They probably got on better divorced than they did married. I was the middle kid. So I was sorting it out. My elder brother left, younger brother's in school. I was straight out to the world of work, didn't do well in my exams. All that stuff builds up.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you learn from your mistakes. I made some mistakes when I worked for a union. I never thought if I was going to be on page 3 of a newspaper, I would have hoped it wasn't the Telegraph, right? So for doing things that you were forced, you know, I was forced to do.
Page 3 of the Sun, was it?
No, it was the Telegraph. I was going to say, I would have more expected me to be in the Sun, you know, back then. And you do learn from your mistakes, but those things stick in your head. And what I've had to learn is to let go of things. There were things in my head when I went through psychology about stuff I did as probably a 7-year-old
Yeah.
that has stuck in my head. And I still remember it, right? Because I can't let that go. But I've got to be better.
Yeah.
And so it's been a journey the last 18 months. And a big part of that was once I got discharged and I was really starting to feel good about myself, I was like, I needed someone to show me it was all right to be this vulnerable. And I think listening to some of the stuff you've talked about in your podcast on here has helped. Would give me a bit of inspiration for that. The Lions Barber stuff made me feel brave enough to talk in public about what I was doing.
Yep.
And the counselling. But I thought, what I don't see is anyone being open and vulnerable, really, in a senior position.
Yeah.
Right. I had massive imposter syndrome, or did. I don't now. I respect myself, and I genuinely think I'm probably one of the best at what I do. There's not many of us in the UK, probably half a dozen. Right. As evidenced by the fact all 6 of us have rang each other and said, "Have you been approached for Sizewell?" But I think I've got into that position now where I feel really much better about myself.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to sit there. I need to be more open, or be someone that will sit in front of a camera and say, "This is what I've been through." And it's been hard, and it's always going to be a battle because I'm still the same bloke.
Yeah.
I've learned some skills, but it's all right to be vulnerable, to be open and go, there's times where it's just seemed too hard.
Yeah.
And one of the things I said to my bosses when I was going through this, and I was telling them, and you can see the look on people's face when you work for them.
Yeah.
And you go, I've got depression. What do I say? I don't need to say anything. I just need to know.
Yeah.
So I was quick to go, I've been diagnosed with depression and ADHD. I'm fine though. This job's holding me together.
Yeah.
Don't fucking change anything.
Yeah.
I don't need you to be nicer to me. I don't need you to let me off for anything. I'm just going to get myself better in my private life, which would make me even better at this job. But right now, it's the only thing that's normal because of all the shit Jackie was going through and her dad and the kids. The kids are fine now. But
so all angles.
Everything's improved. Yeah. So if I can be my best self, right, which, in the induction we were on about before, there's a be your best thing. I know when it come out, I was like, more HR shit. But actually, if I can be my best every day and I believe in it, I can help everyone else be their best. Yep. So going through all of the stuff I've gone through, medication as well. Right, we're taking something called bupropion, which is like, all right, I'm not a chemist. Right, for me, it was like a wonder drug that was prescribed to me privately.
Yeah,
deals with ADHD, like regulates your dopamine levels, lifts your mood, and gets you to quit smoking somehow.
Okay, yeah.
I was like, there's 3 things I need to do. Like, okay, obviously there's a bit more, but to make myself feel better,
what's that?
It was perfect. So there was the dealing with the looking back and, okay, this person's been a dick to you, Stu, but how do you react? Because that's the only bit you can control.
Yeah.
Is how you react.
You
can't, that person's going to be a dick, whatever. Like, you need to deal with your reaction. So I've learnt the skills of how I cope with other people and what they might think of me. I'm a bit more forthright than I used to be.
Yeah.
I've never been one to, I'm loud. Genuinely, I don't mind being a bit of a showman. I got into doing pantomime 3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And which is another great family. I love doing community stuff. I'm a football manager for the under-15s.
Oh, superb.
And I've done that for 10 years. I do fundraisers for schools.
Yeah.
All these things give me a little fillip all the time. And come January, when the world is shit, isn't it, right? You spend all your money over Christmas on tat or whatever. January's always hard. But when I've been doing the pantomime, I was doing chaperone because my kids were in it for years, right? That's how I got into this. Right? Stand at the side of the stage and they go, we can never get blokes to do this. Would you like to join? And eventually I was like, yeah, okay. Just stand at the back and
Oh,
sing.
yes, I will.
Yeah, oh, yes. Oh, no, you won't. Yeah. So the first year, I'm in the chorus, and I'm singing, and then one of the principals drops out, and they went, "You look roughly his shape, size, and could be funny, and it needs to be a bloke as a pirate, right?" I'm like, okay, never done this before. Last play I did was in a nativity. Everyone has to be here. So I ended up front of stage on that as a pirate in Treasure Island, and then, which was good. And then the next year, auditions for the chorus again. Same person dropped out.
Jesus stitching you up.
I was like, why do I only get half the rehearsal time? Because it's Christmas again. You lot have been rehearsed for 3 months. Anyway, I ended up as Waylon the Weasel. And halfway through, my daughter was doing my makeup for me. It's proper, top on quality. But I don't know if you've seen a weasel, brown face, white beard. Which is fine when you got the wig on and everything. But, there was a moment in time when people stopped painting your face black and stuff here. I'm just like, oh no, I'm going to get cancelled.
This one's not on LinkedIn.
No, it is. It is.
Oh, is
right?
it?
But with the wig on. It looked fine. It looked like a weasel then, right? But it was just, it was amazing. This completely out of my comfort zone.
Yep.
Opportunity to just be a tit about really on stage. And it got a bit of a bug for it. And I was like, I didn't even know I could sing.
Yeah.
I can't that well, right? Love a bit of karaoke, but usually 4 pints of Guinness in me by that point, and you got to do this sober ish. And but my favourite bit was playing Waylon. A friend of mine his partner was Michelle Gale, used to be an EastEnders singer.
Yeah.
Right. I loved Michelle Gale when she was in EastEnders. She come out doing Sweetness, right? But I remember buying a CD, and I was like, and he goes, I'll come down, I'll bring my girlfriend with me. I was like, okay. Come down to Plumpton from London. He said, I'll bring Michelle. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know who he was seeing.
Yeah.
And then the other bloke was like, it's Michelle Gale, you know that, don't you? And she just finished on Shaftesbury Avenue in Harry Potter as Hermione, and I was like, I probably had a crush on her. She knows this, by the way. I've told her in my teens. So she comes on, and the joys of live theatre. What I realised is you can be a bit naughty and you can go off script, because what they're going to do, you can't rewind and record it again.
Yeah.
There's an audience. So I had this bit in the Panto with throw sweets out.
Yeah.
And it was my job. So I got these big furry gloves on, me paws. So as I'm coming off for the wings, I was like, her song was Sweetness. So I'm walking on the stage going, oh, your sweetness. Throwing the sweets out. I was like, I'm living the dream here. I'm dressed as a furry weasel, on stage, throwing sweets at kids as hard as I can, singing Sweetness to Michelle Gale, who is like
a spotlight on you.
Yeah. I'm like, I quite like this. It's good fun.
Sold.
So all these things, I think, have helped with improving my mental health. And then I go public with them and put them on LinkedIn and whatever, I didn't do that. I always forget that some of the supply chain are also friends with me on Facebook. So sometimes I just put things on Facebook because I think it's not appropriate to share at work. And then you get to work and they go, Stu, you know when you were on holiday and you put a dress on and you went and did karaoke in it because you were pissed? This person from this subcontractor, Alan, has just sent me a screenshot. You're like, just, stop it. Let it go. That journey of mental health's just been incredible.
Yeah, superb. We went to Panto last year. We took the kids the first time, actually, and he's not been cancelled. Well, ITV have cancelled him. Ryan Clark was on it, and Aaron James, comedian. There's a bit of comedy on a lot of the corporate circuit, golf days. He's probably been a golf day. He's been there at some point along the way, but it was cracking. It was just that cheap humour, and it's just hilarious. And then there was a great big puff of smoke, and it's just gone poof like that. And Ryan Clark comes out, goes, "What do you call me?"
It is amazing.
Yeah.
We've done.
And the kids, it just goes over their heads.
Oh,
doesn't it?
completely. It's for that's the whole thing. Is it's for everyone in the audience.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
You're throwing sweets out at kids, and you're like, "Can I?" And you're like, I can never do this at work.
Yeah,
I have
100%,
to have a young person's risk assessment to throw the sweets.
Amazing stuff.
Yeah, it's all
Stu,
good.
incredible. I really appreciate you coming down. And we're gonna flip the tables.
We're gonna
get on the. Get in your,
Do the other side.
But you're podding. No, hugely thank you for all your support from opening the doors at the end of HS2.
At the end,
there is talk at the moment this year about a few other things. We're going to be doing cycling from Sizewell to Hinckley next year because we've done Hinckley to
Amazing.
Sizewell, and there were some bastard hills that we had to go up. So now we think if we do it the other way around, we just have to go down. So it should be easier.
Well, maybe you can come and do some perimeter runs with Johnny at Heathrow as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
There was this. I was talking about something. Actually, I'll talk to you off camera. Actually, something we actually spoke about the other day in something around London and a few of the projects. But yeah, we'll plan that for another pod.
Nice.
So,
All right.
Pleasure, pal. Thanks for everything and all your
Enjoyed
support
it.
along the way.
No worries.
Appreciate it.